Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on into another episode of Mancave101 Podcast. We are on episode 41. How did we get here? That's a lot of episodes. I don't even know what happened. I don't know how we got here. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday, everybody.
I didn't know we had that much commitment in our bones. That's
right. I didn't know either. Who thought we'd be here? But almost at the end of the year, 42 episodes. It's a beautiful thing. But as I was saying, happy Thursday, everybody. One more day of work left till we get to party for the weekend. Well, not me, but maybe some of you. Let me introduce the guys. So below me, his enemies call him Kalo K, the Mamawana God. Leo, what's happening?
What's up, people? What's going on? My voice is a little bit hoarse, but we'll get through it.
How dare you? It's cold outside. The condensation in the room is rising because Charles from Speak On It Comics is here. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, everybody in Geekland?
That's right. Brooklyn in the house. Big Chase, what's happening?
Hey, what's up?
And I'm going to give you your normal friendly reminder. We are available on, obviously, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Everywhere. Anywhere that you look or listen, you can find us. And before we get started, obviously, with our Comic Corner, we got a lot of news coming up today. Before we get into all that, toast, salute, gentlemen.
Salute.
And I'm going to hand it over to Leo with the Comic Corner.
All right, people. You know how this game goes. I mess up a name, we drink. Or I drink. So if you would like to join in, hop in, give me slack. I don't care.
If you're trying to get drunk tonight, just follow.
If you're trying to get drunk on a Thursday, if I mess up a name, you take a shot. So, all right. Yes. So the first book is coming up on the chopping block is Mancave101 Photon. Oh my God, sorry. Photon. Number 1. There is 3 variants of this book. This is the first appearance of Hinge. The writer is E.L. Ewing. The artist is Michael Maria. Michael Maria. And the cover artist is Lucas Warnock. Well, fuck me.
Lucas drink. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, my voice is all messed up today, so I'm gonna mess up a lot. All right. The next book that we have on the chopping block is Invincible Iron Man number 1. A premiere issue is only a limited series of this book. It's also coming back. This is actually the premiere issue of the Invincible Iron Man, so they're bringing it back, and which this cover is ridiculous. The artist is Juan. Son of a bitch.
Juan Drink. That's 2.
The writer.
One for Gary.
Gary Duggan. The cover artist is Kyle Naju. Major?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
What is it? All right, what is it?
You're asking me. It's not my job to read the name.
What is it?
I think it's just new.
I think it's
Kyle
New.
Yeah, it's just new.
New?
Yep, just new.
So.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, just drink.
Why can't they just have John Smith?
Just drink like you knew.
All right. The next one, the next book that we have is Batman Spawn number 1. Ooh. This is a hot book, a very hot book of the week. This is Todd McFarlane, and this is the number 1. This is the 1-25 ratio. This also has the first appearance of the Alt Universe Talon from the Court of the Owls. The artist is Greg Capullo. The writer is Todd McFarlane. The cover artist is Joshua Middleton. They got one right. All right. We doing another book this week that's a lot of people don't know about that I thought it was very interesting. It's called Vicious Circles. This book, it's a spin-off book. It's a comic. I think it's going to be a comic novel, but it's looking really the story looks really good. This spans from the 22nd century of Tokyo, the 1950s, the New Orleans, and the century era of the beyond two moral. God, sorry, I got sinuses is all messed up. Enemies or rivals that are linked all together into battles through the space of time. So it's like I forgot the name of the movie that they earn all their powers through different of the more knowledge they get, the more lives they live, the more knowledge they get. So
what's the name?
I forgot the name of that movie. Two great freaking actors.
Not the Outsiders, but Outlander.
Yes.
Outlander.
It's like it's kind of like Outlander, yes. Okay, so it spans through millions of years. The writer is Madsen Jesus. My sinuses are freaking killing me today.
Madison Tomlin.
Yeah, Tomlin. Artist is Lee Bermejo. I think Bermejo. Yeah, Bermejo. And the cover artist is the same, Lee Bermejo. The next book that we have is Amazing Spider-Man number 17. This is an exclusive from Eastside Comics. This is only going to have 800 copies, people. So, if you can get it already, it's going to come out. Yeah, it's come out on the 11th. But I think it's available in pre-order next week, if I'm not mistaken. The cover artist is John Gang. I don't have the writer or the writer on there. No.
Yeah.
So I don't have.
You also don't have the. You also don't have the name correct. It's John Jiang. John Jiang. John Jiang.
This is not going to clear my sinuses.
It's so much better.
Yeah. Like we always say, support your local comic book shops and feed your addiction. You must, and plus that's Aaron's new favorite comic book is Monica Rambeau.
Mood. Yeah, I put the passion alert up, but nobody said anything. So. Love me some Monica Rambeau. Photon number 1. Talk to me.
Yes, and that will do it for the comic corner, ladies and gents.
All right, so we are going to transition on over into our nerdy news and rumors of the week. But before we do that, we have to take a drink. And obviously, if you're keeping up with Leo, you're already half in the bag. Good for you. And there's a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah,
Superman. Sorry, I had my fault.
We're saving that anger for the last of the show. We're gonna save that all the way to the end because we're gonna get really mad.
Before we get into it, I just want to say I see y'all in the chat. I just wanted to get through the comment corner first. Torin, I'm glad you are feeling better. I know you were in and out of the stream last week. You were a little under the weather. We appreciate you kicking it with us on this Thursday. I do not know how to say your name, but what's going on? Welcome on in. What do I look like to you? Oh, guys, look who it is. It's our normal host who's just, checking in on us. It's lovely to see you, Abel. Enjoy your date. See you later.
Oh, man, this is going to get violent tonight. I swear to God, this is going to get violent. I feel the energy already. Okay, let's start with some news. Fuck it. All right. Okay, so I don't know if I think we didn't discuss this last week. Spider-Man 4 will not be rated R. It will be just their words, a darker and grittier street level take of Spider-Man.
Right. So it's gonna be like a hip hop video. Is that what you're saying? Like,
no, they didn't use the word urban, so we're okay.
They use dark and gritty, so it's like
they're missing one. They're missing one part of it.
It's like DMX with spider webs and shit. Like, what the?
Okay, I know you guys are probably gonna have something to say about this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So, like, I get it because Spider-Man is still as much as we love the darker side of Spider-Man, he's still more of a kids-based character. He's supposed to appeal to younger generation as well, Right. So I feel like that's kind of the struggle there. But the thing I will say is, as much as you guys might not want to admit it, to me, that last fight scene in No Way Home was kind of an already darker side of Tom Holland's Spider-Man that we've seen before. Because he was going to kill Goblin until Toby stopped him. Spoiler alerts if you haven't seen No Way Home. Do something with your life. Anyway.
we had people, Spider-Man kill people before, so it's
No, I know. Well, has Tom Holland Spider-Man killed anybody?
No, he's still a fucking kid. There's another reboot.
Well,
it's
okay.
Sony. Remember that.
What I'm saying is, we saw him go a little rage heavy, and he was going to do something that he might have regretted after, as opposed to just stopping him. You know what I mean? That's my point, though. But
Spider-Man is Marvel's Batman.
Why? Batman kills people? Vengeance.
When has Batman killed anybody?
Well, I don't know. I saw him kill a lot. I saw Robert Pattinson kill a lot of people.
Batman does kill.
Yeah, Batman does kill.
When did he kill somebody in the comic?
In the comics?
He started out killing. He had a gun. He had a gun with him.
The
original concept when
What about when he? So why is Joker still alive?
Because his best friend, low key.
Joker's his nemesis, bro. Like, you never quite get rid of your nemesis. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's all very kind of leery. We're gonna do a darker, grittier. Does that mean you're gonna just turn the lights down and it's only gonna show subway scenes? Like, what the hell does that mean?
It's gonna be the Batman all over again.
Like, what the hell does that mean? Like, everybody wants to do a darker, grittier something, and all they ever really do is fuck the whole thing up because you're not leaning to the story. You have to lean to the story. You have to lean to its audience and give the audience what they want. That makes a successful movie. I don't care if you want to do it darker or lighter or happier or whatever. Just gotta lean to the story, man. Exactly, Torian. Darker doesn't always mean better. It just means I'm gonna have to squint more in the freaking theater to see what's going on. Shit.
Well, it could be the fact that in terms of Spider-Man Dark version, it may be just maybe a bigger loss. It may be more dramatic. It might not necessarily be in the apps like a Frank Castle or a Daredevil Dark. It could just mean that he's dealing with darker elements. But Spider-Man is he's more of a light-hearted character.
But then isn't that just a sadder Spider-Man? It's not really a darker, it's just like a sadder Spider-Man. Yeah. Like, he lost everybody. He lost his pet roach, and now we're just all sad.
Don't tell me I'm gonna get the Vengeance version of Spider-Man because I can't handle that. No. I can't do that. I can't do that again. Despite that being IGN's top movie of the year.
Oh fuck! What? Don't even get me. Don't get me started with that fucking list. Oh, that list.
I'm surprised that's not in the news tonight. We're not talking about that.
It actually is in the news tonight.
Right,
IGN. Don't get me started on that, please.
We're gonna get
that fucking list.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
I don't know who was smoking weed over there, but
all right, I'm gonna mess up names again. Deadpool 3, Josh Brolin as Cable is coming back. Tara Strong as Miss Minute. Owen Wilson as Morbius. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. All four of those characters are coming back for Deadpool 3. Sorry.
So I guess my assumption would be the Miss Minutes Mobius tie-in would have to be them dropping Deadpool into our Marvel MCU universe in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how, and possibly Wolverine as well. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of time travel or whatever you want to call it, different, whatever going on in this movie to get everybody to the same place, which would make sense. But I mean, that sounds great. Honestly, I love this movie already.
Hugh Jackman did an interview the other day, and he posted it today, and he said, "I can't believe I'm back doing this fucking workout again."
I can't believe mood probably.
And he said, "I can't believe in the first 10 minutes of this script, I'm like, are we really going to do this?" Okay.
I love that. I
was like, yo, give me details, man. Stop fucking with me. I need a little bit of give me a nugget. He was like, in the first paragraph of this movie that I'm speaking, it's going to be epic.
Torrin, it's funny you should mention Zazie Beetz as Domino because I'm gonna throw up another passion alert because she's definitely gonna be back in this movie.
They haven't said nothing yet.
Nah, stop it. She's there. She's gonna be in the movie.
They haven't said. This is what I'm seeing. I haven't heard nothing yet.
The only characters that we probably won't see back from the Deadpool series or movies, if I had to guess, would probably be Juggernaut
and Colossus.
Yeah,
that would probably be it. Outside of that, we probably get everybody else back. Oh, and the dude who played his friend is also not coming back because
the bartender?
The bartender dude.
What? No, come on.
They got into it. Him and Ryan Reynolds got into a real life argument, and they're like not friends anymore. And he like exits the series.
I ain't your friend anymore. Good. You can't.
No. You guys are laughing. I'm dead serious. I was like in a news.
Serious?
Like he came out to the media and was like, "Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a scumbag. Like I'll never work with him again."
Oh gosh.
That sounds like somebody.
The dude with the glasses, right? I forget his name.
I forgot his name. Yeah,
he's not gonna be in Deadpool movies moving forward. He said.
Yeah, while
we're talking about it, I'll find the article. I'll read it.
That sounds like when you're friends with somebody and then you find out that they did your girl and you weren't looking. That's what that sounds like, bro. That's exactly what that sounds like.
Oh, come on, man. He was a fucking comedic relief. You look like a unripe. Wait, what was it? What was the line? You look like a rotten avocado had sex with another rotten avocado.
Hey, listen. We've realized that a lot of people who didn't get along with people in certain series, they end up working together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he might show up.
So his name is TJ Miller. I'm sure a lot of you know him. He's been in a bunch of movies. I'll read you guys the exact quotes that he put out.
He's the boss from the Office Party.
Yes, he is. He's been in a lot of things. Basically, it starts off this way. Ryan Reynolds was, and I quote, horrifically mean to me on the set of Deadpool. And then the quote says, but to me, as if I'm Weasel, he was like, you know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not a star, but you do just enough exposition that it's funny. And then we can leave and go back to the real movie. I just kind of listened and thought it was weird. And then I got off stage because we were like, cut. So he basically said that like Ryan Reynolds, essentially, if you read through the whole thing, he basically said that Ryan Reynolds was like a condescending jerk to him and like undermining him as part of the movie. So because of that, he like no longer wishes to have a professional relationship with him. So,
but that's the Deadpool character. He's a
no. He said it was Ryan Reynolds not acting. He was talking to him like outside of scenes and was being mean to him, basically.
Yeah.
Which I mean, listen, Ryan Reynolds, obviously, we only see the Ryan Reynolds he portrays on social media, right? We're only going to see the funny guy who's out here sending condescending bullshit. So, like, is he maybe mean on set? Possibly. He probably, he thinks who the hell he is.
Listen, you got to understand. When you see Deadpool and you see how well he plays Deadpool, you have to realize that is a part of his personality too. So, if they're nice on screen, imagine off screen where nobody's really like paying attention to shit that they say. And
I want the outtakes of that shit.
And let's be honest now. This is a series of movies. The check for him still has to be significant. So for him to walk off, like, damn, like what did he say to the point where you couldn't even act?
He went on to say in the thing. This is the part I find that's really funny. He said he called Reynolds an insecure dude and said that it's unfortunate because he's so funny. But after he got super famous from the first Deadpool, he changed completely. So, I mean, that should kind of tell you.
Hey, listen. At the end of the day,
more money, more problems.
At the end of the day, man, we all have that. We all have that limit to where enough is too much, and I think that it just compounds with the fact that they're supposed to be friends. I think that's the point that probably hit them the most, because you can work with people that you just don't fucking like and they don't like you because the lines are drawn. But when you've kind of become kind of intimate with somebody to the point where you're friends and you think that's your buddy and they stab you, it's a different pain. Mm-hmm. So I get it, but I still would have wanted that fucking check. Like, I'd have waited till the movie's over, then I'd have punched the shit out of him, and then I would have fucking left.
I mean, it's a two-way road, right? So, like, obviously, how mean was he really, and is TJ Miller being overly sensitive? You know what I mean? Like, it could be that TJ Miller just could be sensitive.
But the dude, the thing is,
you know what I mean?
You see him in Office Party, Christmas Office Party, dude. He's the same condescending kind of asshole too.
Yeah, and that's a point too.
But that's butt heads. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We can be more of an asshole to each other.
Yeah. Well, listen, I always say, dude, you ever have a friend who always, every time you see them, they're like begging you for shit, but you finally like, okay, next time he sees me and he begs me for something, I'm gonna beg him first. And when you beg him before he begs you, all of a sudden he can't take it. Now you're like, oh fuck! Every time I see this guy, he fucking begs. But every time you see him, he's begging you. But they don't never want you to do it to them. You know what I mean? So maybe he's just, he might be overly sensitive. But again, to walk out on the check, goddamn. Like,
this gonna be a big. This gonna be a big film. It's gonna be a
big walk out on the check, my dude. Yeah. Like.
Deadpool itself was big, and now it's being dropped into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
MCU.
Just gonna make it bigger. You know what I mean? Like, crazy.
I'm like, dude, if I didn't know better, I'd say it was fucking. To be honest, I'm like, I'll be damned if I'm not gonna have a bigger house just because you were mean to me on the fucking studio. Out of here.
All right, the next bit of news, we got some God of War news. They got an extensive photo mode. All right, Aaron, what the hell is this about?
An extensive photo mode. It's basically so this way that you could take cool pictures of yourself doing shit as Kratos in the game.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of cool because you can make your own PlayStation backgrounds with it and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool the way you could do it. So that's
cool.
You could do a lot of if you stop the pictures at the right time and you catch him swinging the chair, it looks pretty dope.
So since you played it, Aaron, what do you say? This will probably be Game of the Year?
No, it didn't win Game of the Year.
It didn't win.
The Game Awards already happened. Elden Ring won Game of the Year.
Elden Ring.
Which no knock on Elden Ring. Listen, I'm a PlayStation fanboy, so I obviously love God of War. I didn't play Elden Ring. The reason why I didn't play Elden Ring is because if I did, every monitor in this room would probably be smashed to bits because that game is infuriatingly frustrating to play. Mm-hmm. It's like one of the most difficult games out there. So I just won't do that to myself because I get frustrated enough with simple games. But Elden Ring is a hell of a game. To me, God of War took home 4 awards that night. I think Kratos voice actor, right? Atreus did for side actor or something like that.
Yes,
right. I think it was artistic design. So I forget all of them, but they swept 4 awards.
If I'm not mistaken, Elden Ring was a sleeper hit. It was one
Elden
of those.
Ring was,
it was one of those games that got popular over time, right? It just grew in popularity as people
1 million.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. That game, as far as the look of the game, was as good looking, if not better looking, honestly, than God of War. As far as aesthetics and all that, it's a beautiful game. So that's why I said no knock on the game. It's fantastic.
Okay. All right. We got some good news. Jackie Chan confirms Rush Hour 4, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen.
So give me my money.
Who's not ready for that one, bro? Who's not ready for that? Listen. First of all, if you've been a Jackie Chan fan as long as we've been Jackie Chan fans, good fucking Lord. Listen, I pray that man turns 95 and keeps doing fucking movies because I love
can't bring any more bones, brother. Come on, man. He can't bring no more bones, man. He don't get a goddamn bone in his body.
Yo, he rugged like that. Jackie goes all in.
Wait, so he was actually an extra in Game of Death.
Into the Dragon.
Into the Dragon.
He was an extra, and he was an extra in Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection.
Yeah.
Chinese Connection.
Oh, really?
Yes. And dude, this man has since then been breaking bones and doing his own damn stunts.
Well, you gotta remember, bro, he's been training in Chinese acrobatics since 6.
You
know what I mean? 6. By the time you're 15, shit that we can only dream about doing is natural to him. And I think that's the reason why he likes to do his own stunts. But yeah, he has broken arms, backs, knees, ankles, all kinds of shit, bro. But as you can see, it does not stop him.
Yo, he jumped off the bridge in the Rumble in the Bronx with a cast on his foot.
Yeah, that's how he. Listen, he has a stuntman or association,
Right.
basically. You know what I mean? So the man is known for molding and crafting and training. He trained. You're right. He trained genius.
He did.
Yeah, he trained. I mean, the guy is just remarkable. He's amazing as a stuntman.
Absolutely dope. One of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when he kind of entered the scene, just on the martial arts movie aspect, he took over. Everybody was expecting Bruce Lee to be the new Bruce Lee. But it actually turned out to be Jackie Chan who became the new Bruce Lee for martial arts films and whatnot. And he's just dope. Period, bro. He's just dope.
And for a while, it was like what the three. We would consider the three dragons or whatever, because I think it was Jackie Chan, it was Sammo Hung, and it was another gentleman that started to do, because there was a void, something like that. Because I remember
man, I forgot his name.
When Bruce died, there was a big void in martial arts movies, like a huge void, and they started doing all these it was called Bruceploitation films. Everybody wanted to be Dragon Lee, Bruce Lee, all these different people playing Bruce Lee. And so that was a thing, Bruceploitation. And then Jackie Chan kind of created his own lane with all the acrobatic stuff. You know what I mean? And then Sammo Hung was no joke either.
Yeah,
Sammo Hung fought.
Shout out to Sammo Hung, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Sammo Hung. See, those guys, like you said, that phase where they were trying to find a new Bruce Lee. Listen, first of all, Torian, let me explain something to you. Jim Kelly is a god amongst anybody in the martial arts film. I don't care what nobody says, bro. So we ain't gotta shout him out. We gonna salute Jim Kelly in the story,
That's the
bro.
Black Dragon. That's the Black Dragon.
Black Dragon, bro.
Black Dragon.
We salute Jim Kelly.
That's right. You come right out of a comic book.
You come right out of a comic. Suddenly, Mr. Handman, I'd like to leave your island. Listen, but during that phase, they were trying to find a new Bruce Lee, and like Charles was saying, when Jackie Chan came along, his acrobatics is what caught everybody. That's what I know. As a kid, us seeing those movies, we were caught into the acrobatics, that he could climb, and he could flip, and he couldn't be touched, and all of that. I was like, oh my god, who was that, and whatnot. But all of his movies have that one aspect where he's not overly powerful. He's not overly smart to a degree. He seems a little bit not so smart, I'm going to say. But he's very intelligent in what he does, and that's what makes his movies great. So, listen, I'll take Rush Hour 4, 5. So wait a minute now, is Chris coming back?
Yeah.
We know he needs that check.
Chris.
I was gonna say Chris Tucker owe people some money.
And you know what I'm saying. So that's good.
Things that you don't fuck around with is IRS.
I think you guys are being tested here. He catches bullets with his teeth.
I think that is the glow.
Hold on. Listen, don't.
Last Dragon.
The glow.
We're gonna do a special on martial artists.
Yeah, we do.
Just for you, Tori. I want you to be in the. We might have to invite Tori into the studio on this one.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen. First of all, we always talk about the fact that Shonuff, the Shogun of Harlem, is a fucking genius move. Like, whoever thought of this character up.
Motherfucker put on football pads.
Yo, he was smoking some grade A shit to come up with that.
Definitely one of the top villains in movie history. I'm sorry.
What?
Yo, listen, you not drinking when you come up with Shonuff, the Shogun of Harlem, Kiss My Converse. Like, dude, you were smoking some good shit that day, bro.
Just directed your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza, right?
God, we went back in the fucking pit with that one. All right, what we got next is Oh wait, the Multiverse of Madness has been awarded the best movie of 2022 at the 2022 PCA Awards.
What's the PCA Awards?
Fuck should I know? It came up on my damn news feed.
People's Choice Awards.
People's Choice.
Maybe People's Choice Awards. Okay.
People's Choice Awards.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I want to know when the voting's from. That's what I want to know.
I can see that. There's a lot of Wanda lovers out there, bro. There's a lot of Wanda lovers.
The only reason why I say that is because depending on the timing of when, because like, you know, a lot of these, like the unfortunate thing with a lot of these award shows is they come out at like the end of the year, but like it depends on what they put in the category versus how long it's been out for. So I wonder if Wakanda Forever was actually in head to head with Doctor Strange, because I do think that if it was, that it would probably win. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong.
I don't think it was. I think it was.
That's my point.
I don't think it was out long enough to actually.
Right.
I mean, I think it still comes in at like top 5. But the amount of time that Multiverse is out compared to Wakanda, by the time it is like,
to be entered into the People's Choice Awards is probably.
Yeah. I mean, if you were gonna put it up against Thor: Love and Goat Screams, and I mean, it's obviously better. So it is what it is. There's not really much to go on.
What category it won in?
Best movie.
Best movie.
Best movie of 2022.
And shout out to Wakanda.
Who did it go against?
For
most likely Love and Thunder or something else.
Okay, I see it. It's Bullet Train.
So, Bullet Train, Elvis, Jurassic World Dominion, Nope, The Batman, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Top Gun: Maverick. I'm actually surprised it won, to be honest with you.
It should have been fucking Top Gun: Maverick.
I was gonna say I'm not even a Top Gun fan, and I feel like I heard more people say how much they love Top Gun.
Out of all those movies, I don't think it was better
than the Multiverse, though. I don't think it was. I thought it was great, but I don't think it was better.
And can we just Nope was fucking terrible. Like, I saw it in theaters. I don't care that what's his name directed it. Freaking, I love him too. What's his name? Key and Peele. Yeah. Like, I don't care that he directed it. That movie was fucking ass. It was horrible. I saw it in theaters.
It was listen,
God, it was bad.
I watched the first 10 minutes of it and I had to stop it. I was like, no.
Yeah, once I see the plot's really not developing anything, it's just kind of a weird ass movie. I tend to turn shit off because you're just not gonna fuck up my brainwaves with that stuff.
Tell me, I don't mean to dwell on it, but Nope was literally the equivalent of freaking Galactus being a cloud from Fantastic Four. It was the same fucking concept. It was a monster from a fucking cloud over the mountain. Oh my God. It's the dumbest fuck. Anyway, before I'm already mad. We haven't talked about Superman yet. Let's keep going.
All right.
Wait. Shout out to Wakanda. Was this the 6th week? Still number fucking 1 at the box office.
I mean, is anybody surprised?
Salute, Brian Cooper, bro. You know what I'm saying? So salute Angela Bassett. What was that? Tavia says she got Best Supporting Actress Golden Globe nomination for Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, that's
got a nomination for Original Song. Man,
Torrin's messing up our news flow, but no, I'm just kidding. See, Rachel knows. Nope, makes me angry. That goddamn movie.
So good. All right, Stephen King, The Dark Tower, is getting an adaptation in Amazon. The Dark Tower is getting it's getting a full adaptation on Amazon, and it's also going to be streaming. They said they're going to joint stream this on Apple TV. So we're going to get another Dark Tower, which I like the movie. If you haven't seen it, The Dark Tower with Idris Elba.
It was all right. It was all right.
A pretty decent movie. It was a pretty decent movie.
It was a decent concept. I don't know that they fully realized the full concept of it, but it wasn't necessarily a bad movie. I can't say it was bad, but yeah.
My man Idris Elba can't make a bad movie, bro. I'm sorry. I haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen him one.
Even the Beast was not bad for what it was. I don't think it had I don't think it had the budget it needed.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's what I'm thinking because the CGI wasn't all there at some points.
Yeah, but
it was looking a little bit weird. I was like, "What the fuck?" Okay,
but it was a suspense thriller. It was a suspense kind of movie. They did it smartly. They wrapped it up. They didn't let it linger too long. So I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad. However, I know those kids are never going to go on vacation with his ass ever again. Like, we don't want to go with daddy.
We're gonna stay in the house.
All right, I'm gonna mess up this name. So, Park Soo-jun, Park Soo-jun. Shit.
Yeah, drink.
I know I fucked it up. This is a rumor. Is reportedly playing Carol Danvers' husband in the Marvels. He'll be playing a character called Prince Yan, the leader of a musical planet. Leader of a musical planet, and the only way they can speak to each other is by communicating in music.
Well, that might be so. In Multiverse, doesn't he travel through one of those portals where it's like music?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is one segment in those portals where there's like music and whatnot. So
Marvel is intentional. So
Excuse me, did you just say part of the Marvel's movie is going to be a musical?
Not going to be a musical. It is that his planet, that Carol Danvers' husband, supposedly, is a rumor, comes from a planet that they communicate by music.
By music.
So they'd be like, "Fuck around and find out."
Oh man. Guys,
Okay,
I can't wait for this movie.
Yeah, I want to meet all the dudes that fucking open their mouth and Biggie comes out. Like, I just want to meet them dudes, bro.
Oh yeah, so that is supposedly. What are we thinking? How bad is this movie? How bad is this show going to be now?
I mean,
I hope it doesn't play a big ass role in this.
Listen, they'll sprinkle it in. I think that the news media is probably bigging this up a little bit more than it.
It is a rumor. It is a rumor. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's not just confirmed.
You can only do so much with that, bro. Like you'll play a couple of cute songs that people know, and they'll be like, "Oh, that was great. That was a great moment," and you move on.
All right, Aaron, give it to me. Come on, man.
I don't have anything to say. I mean, do you know what the perfect follow up to Ant-Man: Quantumania and Kang the Conqueror is? A half Marvel musical. I can't fucking wait.
We got it in Hawkeye.
Oh, that musical was great. Are we kidding?
I like Hawkeye.
Stop.
I like Hawkeye, bro.
Stop.
I liked it. I liked Hawkeye. And the fucking the close of
Captain America musical
is Junior Gingerbread Man, which is like one of my favorite Christmas songs.
Yeah, I like Hawkeye too.
Yeah, I like Hawkeye.
I was
There's something wrong with you.
You guys are trolling.
I like Hawkeye.
That's insane. I mean, listen, I'm gonna give the movie a chance. I'm not gonna sit here and knock it. I'm gonna give it a shot. I told you, it's already got. What does Leo say? This movie has 2 strikes already. If I get a 3rd strike before this movie comes out, I will fire stick it. I'm not kidding.
Oh my god!
If you know Aaron, it's got 2.5 strikes. He just put a
2 strikes.
All right. So we were talking about the IGN Best Movies, obviously, from 2022, the nominees. Who won that? I forgot.
Mood. Anyway, he said I'm a Scrooge.
Who won the IGN Best Movie?
Oh, Batman. The Batman.
Okay, but this is what he went up against. He went up against Hope, that RRR movie, Top Gun, Everything and Everything Everywhere, at all at once.
I didn't see that yet.
I still haven't seen that one, but everybody's talking about that damn movie.
I gotta see it.
I gotta see that too.
I finally saw Bullet Train. It was all right.
Yeah, Bullet Train. I wasn't mad at it.
It was all right.
It was all right.
Sorry, I hate to. Torin just circled me back in and reminded me that Monica Rambeau is in this movie, so now I have to go see it. Anyway, let's continue with our normal. This is true.
So you're gonna have to sit there and bear through all this.
I'm gonna have to grin and bear it. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah. So we have that bit of news and a little bit of in the halfway point of the news. I have to send out as a man cave condolences to Steven Twitch Boss. Passed away.
Yeah.
Crystal Day.
Stephen Twitch is the DJ for
DJ.
the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Yes.
He also was on was it Dancing with the Stars?
Yes.
So
you think you
so
can
you think you can dance? That's the one.
You think
You can dance.
But so they're reporting that he committed suicide supposedly, and the really sad note to that is that when you see any clips of him, he's always dancing and smiling. So it just goes to show you never know what people are dealing with at home. And I say to you, our listeners, and anybody that hears me, listen, whatever you're going through, make it till the next day. And if you're feeling really down, pick up a phone, call somebody, give yourself a chance. Don't just take action. Don't be consumed by whatever it is that's bothering you and whatnot. I know it's hard things to say. We're not trying to simplify it, but I'm just telling you now, like, don't just decide that tomorrow's not worth it. So we definitely
just before 24 hours before, he was dancing with his wife.
So crazy,
smiling and happy.
So crazy.
So it's like Chase said. If you need help, there's tons of hotlines, and I guaranteed you, if you need help, serious help, and you wanted to talk to somebody, there has to be somebody on your phone, on Facebook, on a live, whatever. Just reach out, and somebody. 9 times out of 10. There are still good people on this world, and they still will want to help you. Don't ever think it's the last moment. So if you need help, if you need to talk to somebody,
you
just
can
reach out.
Rio, and he will fucking drink Mama Wama with you, and y'all can get that shit out. You know what I mean?
I give great advice. I heard every once in a while. You know what I mean? Dog shines on the dog. The sun shines on the dog's ass every now and again.
Yeah. And to that note, check on your friends too, man. If you think anybody seems like they're off,
reach out.
Reach out.
Like anybody, bro. Listen, when I talk to people, I always say, listen, when the holidays come around, think of somebody that you have not spoken to all year, and pick up the phone and call them. Mm-hmm. It's just a good rule of thumb. I don't care what you argued about. I don't care why you're not talking anymore. Pick up the phone and call them and just say, hey, I just wanted to check on you, see how you're doing. Do that.
And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost nothing just to be there and just give it here. So we want to send our condolences, love, light, and positivity to his family. I know it's nothing to say to them because they're going through a lot, but we just want to show our support and show them all that we consider him a great person, and he was always a funny and great person to see on the Ellen DeGeneres show. And Ellen did a great video of him today too. So it's a lot. And we also lost in the music world, in the Latin music world, we also lost Lalo Rodriguez. He was a salsa singer. He was back from the 80s, but his voice was iconic. You talk to any hard-hitting salsa player, hard-hitting salsa listeners, and salsa artists and musicians, he was the real deal. Yeah. So we send our condolences to his family and all the great music and work that he put in, and many of the nights that I spent dancing to his songs. So it's sad, but we have to praise him. He actually has a song that says, "Don't sorrow for me, play my music as loud as you can."
That's dope.
So if you want to honor him, play his music. If you want to look him up, it's Lalo Rodriguez. He passed away this week.
We also want to take a moment to give condolences on the hip hop world. We lost a brother named Granddaddy IU, who is from Long Island. He's one of the cornerstones of what used to be the Cold Chillin' label. He had a song called Something New. You can check it out on YouTube. Listen, a superb lyricist, a writer, a producer. I had the pleasure of knowing him. Just a gentleman of a guy. Just great to be around. And, I was just saddened as a lot of us were to hear that he passed. We want to give condolences and love to his family and whatnot, and his fans and whatnot. And, and sleep in peace, my brother.
All right, let's get into rest of this news. Let's bring it up a little bit. Michael B. Jordan says Creed 3 is inspired by an anime. I'm gonna get this wrong, anime heads. I am sorry. I am sorry, Chase. Tell Nas I'm sorry. He's gonna chew my head off. The name is. Oh God, I'm gonna mess this up. It's Hajime no Ippo. Dude, I do not know how to say this name. I am sorry.
Drink?
Yes, I'm gonna drink. I apologize 6 times.
Drink.
Yes, but he says Creed 3 is it's going to be more based on this anime, and I've seen clips of it because I was looking it up today on it's on Netflix, and I'm gonna watch this series because this you talk about violence and man food. This is it. It's nothing but action. Straight dialogue is great. The storyline. I saw what was it? 4 episodes today while I was working. So
while I was working.
So this is gonna be good.
I think this is pronounced Hajime no Ippo. So I think it's pronounced Hajime no Ippo.
Hajime no Ippo. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Hajime no Ippo. I might have that shit wrong. If I owe y'all a drink, I'll drink, no problem. Well, listen, at the end of the day, Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors in a movie together, going head to head, I'm in. And you ain't got to tell me nothing else. I'm in.
For real.
I'm in.
And if it's anything like this, if you see the muscle structure of the characters in this show, it's just like Michael B. Jordan and sorry. Sorry, my sinuses are fucked up today. And the other actor, I forgot his name. Jesus.
Ooh, Jonathan Majors?
Jonathan Majors is the same body type, all cut, ripped, and they're just going at it. So if you want to watch an anime, start watching that one because it's really. I'll put the correct spelling of the name. I'll actually put it down.
We'll put it in the description so you can find it.
I'll put it in the
description.
All right, let's hit the DC. A little bit of DC news.
Oh God!
Don't care. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, Ben Affleck has met with DC Studios about directing a DCEU film, and he's not playing the Batman anymore.
I think that's. I honestly think that's good. I just don't like.
Yeah, I think they got to play nice. Ben Affleck has a lot of power in the industry and stuff, and so I think they want to play nice with him. And Ben Affleck was supposed to get a movie directorial way back, so they're just making sure that they don't renege on what they promised him. So
they reneged on a lot of other people.
We're gonna get on that.
We're not gonna get on it. Wait. All right. Anybody else has anything on Ben Affleck?
No.
Nah, not really. It's okay, I guess.
Right. John Krasinski.
John Krasinski drink. Jesus.
I said it right.
No, you did not. That was not even close. John Krasinski drink. Oh my God.
John
This alcohol is not helping.
Jesus.
John confirms that he hasn't discussed. He has not discussed continuing in the MCU as Mr. Fantastic. I was honored to do it. That was his direct quote, but he hasn't been called back.
They probably want to go younger.
Yeah, they're gonna go.
That's probably all it really is. Shout out to John Krasinski. He's great as Mr. Fantastic, but the MCU probably wants a long-term Fantastic Four in the MCU. And again, I know he's not that old, but they probably just want somebody younger who would be more into the role for a certain amount of time. Whereas Krasinski might not be able to give them that time. So.
All right. What else we got? We
got. You said DC, and there are comments rolling in.
I know. DC. I'm trying to
rolling on the game. I see you. Don't worry. When we get more into DC, I'm gonna bring up your comments. Don't worry. I'm not ignoring you.
All right. Let me see. Okay. Let me start cutting shit off. All right. Let me start cutting the news. That way we can get into.
Why you still? What? We have time. You're okay.
All right. Okay, this is gonna be a quick one. Wednesday is the Netflix second most watched show of all time.
Wow,
fucking show
of all time. Wow.
Really?
I mean, Adam's
Good
family
fucking
has
show.
always had a big.
Real good show.
It has a big following. Adam's family.
Wednesday is actually a great take, a great outtake and a spinoff, I should say, from the Addams family. Wednesday is kind of the black sheep of the family, as it were. And she's off to college. She's rebellious against the parents. And she goes to college and kind of starts finding her place and whatnot. So it's kind of a coming of age story, but it's very interesting and it's definitely very fun.
I might have to check it out if it's that good.
Yeah,
It's actually dude. I sat there and I was entertained for the first episode. I was like, wow, okay, let's keep going. I was like, oh shit, okay,
Yeah.
this is pretty good.
Well, I finally got an HBO Max login, so now I'm.
All right, so when does the Game of Thrones? I want to.
No. Don't worry. I'm gonna. It's coming. Winter is coming. Winter is coming, and I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, even I at this point is like, okay, I'm gonna after the House of Dragons, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give Game of Thrones a third try. I tried 2 times before. So
before we continue, I just want to say to everybody out here who makes fun of me every week, I finally saw the Snyder Cut, so I'm fresh off this bullshit. I know we're gonna get into it, but I finally saw the Snyder Cut. It plays a part in how I feel about all the DCU shit. Leo, continue.
All right, Spider-Man 2 release date is planned for 2023 fall.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2?
What's Spider-Man 2? Which one?
The
game? The game.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Sony. Keep making video games, please. Stay away from live action movies. Thank you. That's the last thing I have to say about that. Make animation and make my video games. And stop making live action things because you're great at both those other things. And you suck at the other thing. Almost as bad as DC.
Yeah, DC's definitely pulling ahead of you right now.
All right, we got a little bit of rumor. People want to see Mole Man needs to be a villain in of the MCU in the Fantastic Four movie. What are we thinking?
I would love to see that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
First villain of the
just to get that iconic shot. Just to get that iconic shot of Fantastic Four 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
They have to capture that shot. Anybody who's a comic Fantastic Four head, issue #1, just go and Google it right now and just picture that shot and MCU pulling that off with the Mole Man creature coming out the ground.
I mean, we keep on saying the smartest thing for them to do would be to obviously have a different villain to start the Fantastic Four movie and then to end it with like Doctor Doom in some way, shape, or form, right? Like just him appearing or something like that, right? So like Mole Man would work. You know what I mean? Throw Mole Man in as the first villain, first part of the movie.
I would love to see a Nihilus too. I would love to see
exactly. There's a Fantastic Four's got so many villains, bro.
And the Mole Man kind of opens up the Inhumans can also.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up the can of the Inhumans, which we were promised 3 years ago and didn't get. So
it's the thing is with Fantastic Four, it could come out with, it could do 4 movies literally without even touching Galactus, or it could do 3 movies without even touching Doom.
They could for sure.
Galactus need to be the end game.
Yeah, Galactus needs to be.
Yes. That's when the world is on the brink of destruction.
No, I'm saying the beauty of it is after you've done the Eternals, and can you imagine what the size of Galactus will actually look like?
He won't be a cloud. Oh my god!
Cloud, but good lord, you know what his size is gonna be?
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I think obviously Galactus needs to be a Thanos-like event. Set it up for X amount of years, and make everybody come together to have to take him down. That's the only way the MCU can do that, because he has to be the next huge. Like I know Kang is just gonna be around. Like I think at this point, like we all kind of understand he's just gonna be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
who plays the Watcher?
Wait, what? The Watcher. Mm.
Well, Jeffrey Wright played him in the animation, but
I'll leave him as a voice. CGI his ass away.
You could CGI him.
CGI him like the Hulk, and give me the voice.
Yeah,
that same voice in the What If. Whew, that will fucking slap in the fucking live action.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are ready to get pissed off?
I
I know we have a thousand comments.
mean,
Oh,
wait.
shit.
Let's just start here with what's going on with Superman. I can't tell if you're trolling or not, but I'm assuming you're trolling, Johnny. I don't know. There's nothing going on with Superman, bro. He's just he's out here lingering. I have no idea.
It's gonna be you.
Right, so this is one of the other bit of news. James Gunn denies that Matt Reeves, Batman, is joining the DCEU. What do we think?
He said he denies it.
Yes.
Well, it's not up to him. It's up to James Gunn.
But this is what I'm saying. James Gunn denies that Matt Reeves' Batman is joining.
James Gunn denies it. I'm sorry.
Well, I can see that. I don't think that Matt Reeves' Batman fits in the DCU. It just doesn't. That first of all, I have so many problems with that Batman. We won't really discuss that.
We already went into the Batman.
We're not good.
I like the Batman. I like the Batman.
Ooh.
I like the Batman a lot, actually. And let me tell you something. I actually, when I went into that film, I went into it with very middle of the road expectations, and it exceeded to me.
No,
Do you, Charles?
It exceeded.
Charles, do you? Wait. Go ahead.
He took C4 to the face, Charles.
like, bro. I'm like, how are you the detective, but everybody else has the fucking answers to all the riddles?
No, because he's a young Batman. He's a young Batman. See, I
dozed off a few times during the Batman.
He's not the version of Ben Affleck's Batman was way past his prime because he was actually retired and he actually came back because Superman showed up. So that Batman. Yeah, so that Batman was way past his time. This Batman is very, very early. So we have not yet the only middle of the road Batman, because now we can't even do the Dark Knight because the Dark Knight was like year 1, year 2 Batman. So that was still early on Batman too. So Michael Keaton's Batman was probably
this Batman was supposedly year 3.
No.
It was
not this the Batman. No,
it was supposedly his third
because the
year.
cops still didn't trust him or whatever the case goes.
Yeah,
so
to the cop station and everybody was alright with it.
Commissioner Gordon.
Just Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what he kicked his ass.
So the cops was like, "Why is he in our?"
And they didn't.
Why you letting him in our crime scene?
For Commissioner Gordon, like.
Yeah.
All right. With all that, explain the C4 to the face.
He's Batman.
No. Okay, wait. While we're on the Batman,
I mean, if we want to nitpick, I mean, we could nitpick a lot of these different action films. You know what I mean?
But that's kind of like Bert, like, dude. So the guy gets his head blown off, but you don't because you got on a fucking mask. Like
that covers this much.
Yeah, that covers this much. So even if the head survived, you shouldn't have a mouth right now. Just saying.
No. Okay. I more specifically towards Charles, but also Chase and Leo. Feel free to chime in if you want. Do we feel like Robert Pattinson can be the DCEU's Batman moving forward? That's the question.
No.
He's going to. He's going to be.
Because the problem, and this is the same issue they had with the Christian Bale Batman. It's too rooted and grounded in reality.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Ben Affleck Batman is more super, like he's almost like superhuman. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it makes sense for that particular type of Batman going against a dark side or Steppenwolf.
Right.
The Christian Bale's Batman would get annihilated by Steppenwolf. This Batman, Robert Pattinson, will get annihilated because it's grounded in reality. So that's the problem. They have to make it more like,
He actually knew how to use his tech. That's why.
Ben Affleck's? Yeah. Well, because the way that they kind of like marveled him around a Batman that would actually be around a Justice League. You know what I mean? Like,
on more Batman news. Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
How pissed off are you guys that we're not getting a Batman Beyond?
No.
Batman Beyond.
Johnny,
let me say this. I don't think it's so much that we're not going to get one. I don't think we're going to get one yet. I think that you can't.
I want to see Michael Keaton in the old ass man costume talking to the young ass Batman Beyond, coming in with a cane and telling him, "Listen, you dumb motherfucker." I'm trying to
Sorry, you are correct. DCEU, my bad. Yes,
I think that it is more stupendous if you first put Batman on his proper legs before you get to a Batman Beyond, so that you can actually do that conversion. So seeing how James Gunn's moving right now and trying to completely hit the reset button, I can understand him not putting Batman Beyond out right now. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? You got to put Batman on his proper legs, give him his proper story, and then do Batman Beyond. It'll make sense, and then it'll connect.
There's a lot of work to be done in order to get Robert Pattinson's Batman in the DCU. He has to not be a Batman. He has to be a Batman that can fly off a roof and not hit a car. You know what I mean? Like I'm not knocking the Batman. Like, it is what it is. But if that's the case, we need to see, like, to Charles's point, a more established Batman, confidence, better technology, that type of shit. What we got was a dark, gritty, street level story about a Batman who was consumed by vengeance.
I'm sorry, that was in a dark movie. The lighting was dark, yes.
Yeah, I'm like,
it was in a dark.
They turned
the Joker was.
That's what they. But that's what they were trying. That's what they were going for, was a darker, grittier Batman.
Yeah,
and that's what they gave us.
Yeah, they turned the lights down in the movie, so it was dark.
Right. It's fine. I mean, like, it's going to be interesting if he does end up being the DCU, as I've been corrected, the DCU's Batman. I do think that it could work. They just have to do a lot of work on him, Robert Pattinson, that is. So not him himself. The storytelling of that Batman. I need to see a more advanced version of that Batman.
It would just have to be redone in a way where it makes sense for that particular type of Batman actually, being able to keep up with superhuman type of individuals. That's all.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so we're getting off the Batman, and we're going on the topic of the days.
Who's that Henry Cavill guy?
Who's this Henry Cavill guy?
Who's this Henry Cavill guy?
Who's this Henry Cavill guy? Okay, I'm gonna hit it off. I'm gonna start it off.
Oh boy!
Last week's podcast, me and Abel had a little tiff. A little tiff. He was saying that James Gunn was gonna fucking scrap everybody, and I said, I don't see the money in that, which a lot of people don't, and I don't see being that. And I said, if he does do that, it'll be a stupid move. And this is my reasons why it will be a stupid move. You're James Gunn, and the other guy, I don't even know. I forget his name.
Peter
Safran.
Peter Safran. You guys are contracted for 4 years. You're planning out for 10 years. So you're telling me, and you already got next year's rollout planned out. So you have 3 years, literally, to bring out a whole DCEU universe and bring in connectivity. No fucking way is that possible. By rebooting everybody. And the movies being good. And then you say in 2021, James Gunn, that you would never want to work and do a script for Superman. In 2021, you said this in an interview, out of your mouth. And now you're saying that you've been writing a script for 2 years? Which one is it? Is it bullshit?
It's a fake out.
It's a fake out.
It's a fake out.
You're feeding the fans bullshit just to get them off your ass?
Yeah.
You fucked up.
Yeah,
or you telling me the truth?
Listen,
So I stick to my comment. He did this move. It's stupid, and he's gonna lose money for it.
I'm gonna bring up some of our comments now about James Gunn initiate the clean slate protocol. Yes, given his role from the Man and Uncle movie, can see Cavill playing Bond. That would be interesting. Cavill is Bond. But we'll probably end up in the MCU. He's okay. I'm just gonna fucking say it. He's gonna be Hyperion. He's gonna be Hyperion. The MCU is gonna call him and make him MCU's Superman, like Hyperion.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Abel. Abel did put it in our group chat. Abel wants to see him as Doom, and I'm not mad.
Doom would work. Doom would be
I
okay,
am
but he'd
not
be
mad at that.
I don't see Henry Cavill putting on a mask. That's the problem. I don't see him wanting to put a mask on.
Yeah.
Because he's Henry Cavill. He's gonna want his face out there.
Yeah,
And Doom always wears a mask.
But look, this is how we fucked up. Look how we fucked up with Thor: Love and Thunder. We let a fucking actor dictate how he's gonna look in a fucking comic book movie. And look at how that came out. We got R. Kelly in a fucking comic book form. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Very aggressive.
Yeah,
but it's very
Oh,
aggressive.
man.
All right, somebody else. Charles, what you got about? You have the Superman shirt on. Come on, man. Give me some. I want to hear anger because I know you gotta be pissed at this shit.
Listen. The reason why I became a lover of Superman is because of Henry Cavill.
Good fucking point.
And no shade to Christopher Reeve, because Christopher Reeve did an amazing job. He made me look at Superman in a different light. Christopher Reeve. But Henry Cavill made me like really love Superman. And the crazy thing about it is that I just feel that, you know, what their decision, I really didn't see this coming. I really didn't see it coming. I thought that James Gunn would probably utilize the good points of what the DCU has done. But, you know, I mean, he's just shelving everything, basically. And he's actually hitting a whole new reset. And Gal Gadot and all these people that...
Jason Momoa.
You know, he's losing some really top. I mean, people love these people and these characters. They love these actors and actresses, and the great thing about them is that they respect these characters. You're gonna get so much more out of these people because they love it. I mean, Henry Cavill. I don't know if he actually left The Witcher because of Superman.
That is the rumor. That is the rumor, bro. He lost.
That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. That he is committed.
He lost a big check out of that, and I blame the fucking Rock for that.
Yeah,
you fucked up another TV show. You fucking heavy.
Why is it the Rock's fault? I'm sorry. Why is it the Rock's fault again?
I give it the Rock's fault because he wanted him back in the suit, and he stopped playing The Witcher because of it.
Yeah.
Okay, he a grown man. He made a decision. Like, he has to live with his decision.
I'm blaming the fucking Rock.
You guys act like he's going to be unemployed for long.
Yeah, exactly.
Henry Cavill.
I'm not.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay.
But he's solidified. He played his ass off for 2 seasons in The Witcher and made that show what it is. No point.
Okay, but I want to. Chase has something to say, but I want to say this before you say that. There's already been rumors out there that prior to all this happening, that he was already at odds with the writers of The Witcher. So let's not push the envelope too much. He might have already been halfway out the door on that show before all this bullshit happened. And then he said to himself, "Oh, I really love playing Superman. I would love to do it. Let me fully commit myself to that." And then James Gunn hit him with the no, not fucking happening. You know what I mean? So like that could really be the sequence of events that happen.
Yeah. Well, listen, here's my thing. Number one, I respect the fact that James Gunn is clearing the fucking board. I'm sorry. I get that we all have come to love and everybody's character, but one thing that James Gunn has realized is this: he cannot write a new story on a page that has already been written on. And unfortunately, that means that a lot of people that had these roles that we loved are part of a chapter that he wants to put in the past. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to clear the slate of everybody. We didn't always, see Henry Cavill. We didn't always see Jason Momoa. But when they came on the screen, we said, oh, we like this was new, but we liked it. So you're going to get another character, another actor they're going to pull forward, and we're going to probably like them too. We just are caught in the moment. And the other thing is that when the early cartoons with the Justice League, with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman, it was all Boy Scout shit, bro. Like, I think I remember I didn't like Batman because he's just too much of a fucking Boy Scout, bro. Like, he's just too much.
But you gotta realize James Gunn is doing he's gonna bring him back to Clark Kent days. It's another fucking how many times we have to see the same? We complain about this all the time.
I
see
give
the same
that,
fucking reboot every time with these
listen,
characters.
I give that argument all the time. I tell her I don't want to see the same
Right.
story over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna quite get that. I just don't. I think this story's gonna be told. It's going to be told in a different way. It's going to move past it in a faster motion than when we first started seeing some of these other ones. And it's time for Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman to kind of mature and come forward. The late 90s Justice League cartoon was when I first started liking Batman. Why? Because he was a grown man. He was really like, I'm not taking any shit from anybody. He was resourceful. He was not afraid to fight. He didn't have the powers that everybody else in the room had, but they were all afraid of him because they were afraid of his brain. You know what I'm saying? So it's just time for all of these characters to grow up and come forward. So as much as we like Aquaman, there's still some things about how the whole thing is presented that's still not complete, especially if you're trying to connect them to the – because I couldn't connect Jason Momoa to Justice League versus the Legion of Doom. I couldn't make that connection because he doesn't. As much as I like the character and you know what he looks like as Aquaman, he didn't fit to me. So if we're going to go forward and get those,
they didn't even give it a chance to fit. That's the thing.
It just doesn't fit.
That's the only thing. The only thing that had connectivity was Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Justice League. That's it. And Batman versus Superman. Those are the 4 movies that had connectivity. And then you say, okay, the 4 movies that had connectivity, I'm gonna fucking scrap every actor that gave their blood, sweat, and tears into these 4 movies to make them connect.
And listen,
but now we have to watch. Now we have to watch it all over in 4 years, which I think you're not gonna have that much connectivity unless you bring out a fucking 19 shows and 5 movies every year.
I don't think it's gonna take that long. Honestly, I think at this point James Gunn knows, like, okay, we have to reboot this thing.
How much shit are you gonna get?
I just don't think it's gonna take that long. If James Gunn is as smart as we believe he is, I don't think it's gonna take that long for him to.
He made Suicide Squad.
I just don't.
He made Suicide Squad. His pen ain't that fucking great.
I don't think it's gonna take that long. And then the other thing is that we have to also remember something, bro. If you play for a basketball team and LeBron says, "Hey, come over to this team," and you go over there, don't act like LeBron can't get traded or leave that team the next day. And this is pretty much what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got enticed because of, the Black Adam movie and The Rock was there and Rock's like, come through. But the people that made him those promises are no longer there. So nobody has to honor that. You made a decision. You came over. It's a chance. It happens. So
I do get what you're saying, Chase. I think what people are just tired of is the back and forthness with DC. People are tired, bro. And the thing is that when we put our hearts into these stories and these characters. And the thing is, it's like, and then they get ripped from us like this. It just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, man.
Especially you got billion-dollar businesses. These are billion-dollar movies. These are not little kid movies. These movies act Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Justice League Snyder Cut. Billion-dollar movies.
Hey, DC.
Snyder Cut wasn't a billion-dollar movie, but it's one of the most watched, streamed DC movies out.
Yeah, DC.
And the Joker wasn't even in there, so it was like, and it won an Oscar.
Yeah, well, DC stands for don't care.
I just want to catch up on a couple of comments because I was letting somewhere back rows on the shelf laughing at all this shit. True,
I agree, bro. I completely agree.
We mentioned in our last podcast.
Finished movie.
Their finished movie, and the directors and I think the actress went to go see James Gunn this past 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
about Batgirl.
That's gonna end up on HBO Max.
Yeah.
That's gonna end up on HBO Max.
That would, that's okay.
They're gonna need content, bro.
It's gonna end up on HBO Max.
Charles, how old are you? And you're a comic guy, and now you love Superman.
Yeah, because listen. The thing is that Superman was never one of my most popular characters. Growing up, I've always liked the Hulk. I've always liked Spidey. At least the comics that I've read, I was more of a Marvel person. So I grew up on the Hulk, Moon Knight, Power Man and Iron Fist, all of those characters. I really didn't jump on the DC bandwagon as far as their comics is concerned until later. And once I started to read, like with Jeff Johns took over on Action Comics and J. Michael Straczynski, that's when I really started to, and I watched it like you did with the Justice League Unlimited and Justice League cartoon in the 90s. That's what changed my whole idea of Superman. Because I realized, like, once I got older, you're right, because once I got older, I realized how important Superman was. And he is the beacon. And I feel like even only thing that I will give James Gunn credit for is that he's saying that he wants to make a wonderful Superman movie. And I always feel like DC, the biggest issue for them is that they keep relying on Batman. Batman's not this. I mean, as much as people love Batman, he's not the central focus for DC. Superman is. He always was. And the thing is when you have you can't build for them to even do a Justice League sort of recruitment with Batman. Batman wouldn't recruit anybody because Batman's like Wolverine. He's in and he's out. You know what I mean? Like he's part of Justice League, but he's not really part of Justice League. Batman kind of roll his own way. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like they made Batman like the recruiter, like he's Tony Stark, and I'm like, no, Batman's not like that.
Yeah, that's the 90s Batman. It's the 90s Batman from the cartoon. Like, yo, he's part of Justice League, but when he gets pissed off at him, he's like, fuck y'all, I'm going back to my $1 million.
I'm out. Call me when Wolverine do the same thing. Wolverine said, see it. I'm like,
I do have to say this. Coming fresh off of watching the Snyder Cut, I'm talking fresh. I watched this shit yesterday. I just watched this goddamn movie yesterday.
Yes, I want to hear
this. So, all right. Here's what I'm going to say. I don't want to get into because I'm sure there's a ton of people here right now that love. I thought the movie was really good. I did. I did. It was really good. So to Charles's point, I've never been a big Superman guy personally. The reason why is because I feel like it's really tough for whoever's making shows or movies about Superman. It's really hard to make them because of how fucking overpowered the Superman character is. That's just my mindset. He's the superhero. You know what I mean? He's literally unstoppable except for kryptonite, right? This is what it is. So
Batman whooped his ass. He's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what I was gonna say is during the movie, I actually found myself excited for that last part of the movie where they were about to get killed, and then all of a sudden, fucking Superman's ass popped up and took that axe right here and said nah, and lasered what's his name? Freaking the villain. I forget
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. Thank you, Steppenwolf. Thank you. When he like that part right there, I was like, oh shit! Like I didn't know I would get excited to see Henry Cavill that much, and I did. When he popped back up, I was like, oh shit, this is cool. So like, where was I going with this point? So like. It sucks that he's out as Superman, honestly, but I don't know what else they were gonna do moving forward with him. That's my point. I think that they wanted to do Darkseid, and I think it would have been really dope, but I don't know that a non-Zack Snyder directed Darkseid movie would have done well anyway. You know what I mean? Because like Justice League was bad, and then Zack Snyder saved it. So if they did another Justice League 2 with Darkseid, would it have also sucked? And then Zack Snyder had to fucking save it. You know what I mean?
No, but the thing is, what happened with Zack Snyder was his daughter was going through, I think, passed away during the midpoint of the movie.
Right, which somebody else told that to me. Yes.
They wouldn't give him an extension or cut off or stop the movie, so they put in another director to finish it, and he took the movie to a whole fucking different direction. He was like, "Fuck that! I already have the movie. I already have the whole movie completed. All right, let's release. Okay, DC, you want your movie? Here it is." And I bet you it's 10 times better than yours. But you didn't respect what me and my family are going through at this moment, and you want me to work. Mm-hmm. So why the fuck am I going to give you a complete movie? Why am I going to even give you the energy and come back to you unless the bag is ridiculously big and you change all of management? That's what I thought. Since they changed all of management, they probably were trying to get Zack Snyder to direct again and give you a fucking script again. Because you had two versions you could have went in after Justice League. You could have went to Dark Superman, or you could have went what is his name? Darkseid saga.
Darkseid.
Yeah.
You had two options you could have went to.
You know, I mean, you know what else is going to bother me though, that I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about, because obviously everybody's upset about Henry Cavill being out. None of what does anything else for DC mean this upcoming year? So let's just start here, right? We talked about The Rock already. Mm-hmm. That last scene in Black Adam literally means fucking nothing now. It's just an irrelevant end scene. What? Why? Then why did we do it to begin with? I understand James Gunn maybe was there at the very last stages of Black Adam being done, but then cut it from the fucking movie at that point if you don't think it's going to be moving forward. Again, I don't know timelines and all that, so I'm not, I'm just saying, what was the point? Because now you just have an extra fucking, and not for nothing, if that's the case and you're rebooting everybody, Gal Gadot, freaking Henry Cavill, all them, Batman, Aquaman, all being recast, right? So what's the point of Aquaman 2? What's the point of Flashpoint? And what's the point of the second Shazam movie?
Yeah.
What's the point? No, the second Shazam movie is going to happen because that's their boy. That's James Gunn's and Steven What's-His-Face, his best friend.
Understand?
They have dinner together every other night, bro.
Understand, but what's the point?
There is no point. There's
now at this point, there's no connectivity to Black Adam and Shazam. There's none. They don't have any.
No.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. And what's the point in keeping Ezra Miller for a Flashpoint project? Because it's already mostly done? Yep. The rest of them are all out.
It's $100 million. They spent $100 million on that movie. They have to bring it out.
Yeah, it's got to come out.
The same thing. They're not going to stop Blue Beetle because they're already finished with that.
But to that point, you canceled Batgirl. But you won't cancel. But you won't.
That was the other guys.
Okay, fine. But you won't cancel Flashpoint. But you're getting rid of everybody else that was already with the Flash in the Justice League.
It doesn't make no sense, bro.
I'm not even a DC guy like that, but what does that make any sense?
I can't explain that. I can't explain because it doesn't make
sense.
But
now if you're bringing forth Blue Beetle, you're reopening the whole Dark Side saga because because it's a different director. They're not going to connect those. They're not going to. James Gunn said he's not going to do nothing from the Snyderverse.
Doesn't he not want Snyderverse shit? That's what I heard too.
He does not want Snyderverse. He does not want Snyderverse. So you're not. So even if you bring in, if you would have kept the Snyder cut in the DCU universe, if you kept Blue Beetle into it, then it has connectivity. But he wants to. He's scrapping everything.
He doesn't have to have Snyderverse's version of Darkseid. He doesn't have to have it. You can create.
It's the first version
we ever got to see.
That's a
fair
point.
A version of all of it. See, we're all stuck with Snyderverse because we love Snyderverse, but he didn't have to do Snyderverse version of Darkseid. The whole point is to collectively bring it in, and then you have to remember that there is the whole Teen Titans cartoon series where Blue Beetle is a major part of that. So now you can start bringing in these younger superheroes. Which is what's happening with Marvel right now with the Young Avengers on the way and whatnot. So you kind of clearing the table. The one criticism I've always had is that DC has all of these heroes that they don't use, and they keep leaning on Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman over and over and over and over again. Let some of these other characters get some fucking light and whatnot.
But the problem was that they was never able to craft the proper Trinity story. So you had, remember, the Dark Knight trilogy was its own thing, right? They came out with Superman Returns right around the same time. It came out right before Dark Knight Rises, right?
Yeah,
I think around that time.
It was Man of Steel, right?
No, I think Superman Returns came out with Brandon Roth as Superman, right?
Yes.
So that came out, and I think they were talking to Christopher Nolan about merging those two, but Christopher Nolan was against that. So. And then the Superman Returns didn't do so well, so they scratched that whole idea. Then they did Green Lantern. We know what happened with that. And then they did, And so then they started it all over with the Man of Steel. You know what I mean? But the problem came when Batman v Superman happened, and that just upset everything. That just caused such a big problem for them. Because they dumped a lot of money into that project, a lot between marketing and everything.
It just was not planned properly. It wasn't set out the way that Marvel set out when they started doing Iron Man and then connecting Captain America and then boom, 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 and then you end up with the Avengers. It just was not set out properly. People didn't. After they did those first two movies, no one was excited that the Justice League was coming on because they didn't even propose it in that manner. It was just Batman versus Superman. So everybody thought this was a fight between Batman and Superman that was going.
They were competing with Civil War. They were competing with Civil War.
Exactly. So that's what everybody thought. But nobody was thinking like, oh, this is going to turn into the fucking Justice League and whatnot. So they just didn't plan this shit right.
Yeah, I think my question is going to be like, does Ezra Miller stay, or does he just get this movie and then he's out?
He's probably done.
He's probably done.
He's probably done too. Okay.
This is a commitment that they've got to make for whatever reasons. But because seeing what James Gunn is doing with everybody else, I'm pretty sure Ezra's out of here. Like, yeah,
because I know that movie was.
Those executive producers got to get their money, bro.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say that movie was so far along that they probably just have to do it at this, which I get. All right. Anyway, I want to click through some of these comments real quick. The hierarchy of power truly has happened, unfortunately, for The Rock.
It's a fact.
I mean, listen, man.
It's a fact.
The Rock should have known what he was getting himself involved with when he signed off for DC, bro.
Listen.
Come on. Let's just call a spade here. Come on, man.
People that made them promises.
Not taking nothing away from The Rock. Not taking away nothing from The Rock. But you try to put your foot down on too many things that you don't know nothing about. I understand that that's your character. But if you wanted to be truly connectivity and you cared about the fans, you would have connected the movies with Shazam. But Shazam is too much of a kiddie movie. Shazam is too much of a kiddie movie, and you felt rightfully so that you couldn't do it with him. So
you couldn't.
So you went with the origin story, but you didn't have to bring Superman into it.
Aquaman and Joker are their billion-dollar movies. I don't know.
So was Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman reached $1 billion.
The first Wonder Woman?
I think she got 800 million.
800?
Yeah, 800
She only reached 8? I thought it was $1 billion.
Yeah, I think it was 800 million for her.
Okay.
Then there was a little discussion here about why Batgirl can't be on HBO Max because WB apparently is using it as a tax write-off.
Oh yes, I forgot that did come out. You are using that as a tax write-off. They're gonna use that.
So it would have to be a theatrical release if it did come out, which means it's probably never going to come out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh well.
So wait, they used her and all her time just to write her off as a tax write-off.
Write her off as a tax. Yeah, that's right. That's what billionaires do, brother.
She got her check. She gets her money. So I can't listen. Listen. I wish I was a part of the damn tax write-off. I use a couple $100,000 at minimum.
Yeah.
I think. Let me see this. I think this is all a bunch of Hollywood smoke to throw us all off the trail. I think he's talking about the like everything that's going on with DC right now in general.
I mean,
James gonna.
I don't think so. I think
already said what he had to say, bro.
Yeah, he said what he had to say.
Yeah.
And don't forget, he's the helm of piloting this. He's not going to be directing all the movies, so he still have to find directors.
Wonder Woman did 823 million.
823. Okay.
That's fair. I have no comment about this.
Yeah,
I have no comment.
Hostage? Yeah, probably. That's about it.
Jon Stewart Green Lantern show should be turned into a movie.
Listen, the Jon Stewart GL movie.
We need that.
Fucking dope, bro. Ed Disson. That was a great fucking movie, dog.
All right, let's put it like this. Okay, let's look on the positive side of James Gunn doing all this, right?
Oh God,
what's positive? Where the fuck is a positive?
Positive?
Charles, you a saint.
No. Let me ask you.
Let me ask you. God bless, bro.
Okay,
I don't see it.
Look it. I looked on the one side. Let me look on the positive side now.
Right.
Okay, so. Okay. If James Gunn, so let's think about it. He made characters that we had no clue. Guardians, right? Guardians, Peacemaker, right?
That's two.
I know. Suicide Squad.
That's fucking 3. Charles.
All right. So
taking me to a dark place.
All right. So wait a minute. So but overall, I know you might not like Peacemaker, but a lot of people like Peacemaker.
Yeah, grown men
However,
like the other grown men in underwear. Yeah, okay.
However, let's think about how crazy James Gunn is. So James Gunn will probably do the Batman Who Laughs. He probably would do that movie.
He can't even pull that off.
You don't think he could?
He doesn't have the writing chops to pull that off. No,
I'm not saying he's writing it.
Oh,
But I'm saying that he would push to have those stories created.
you know if to make the Batman Who Laughs? You know the only person I can see who can write that is Tim Burton.
Yeah, he wouldn't. That could be that. That could be.
No, because
That could be because Tim Burton. Let me tell you something about Tim Burton.
The only person who can write that is Tom.
I gotta give you that.
Wednesday.
I gotta give you that.
He did Wednesday,
Tim
right?
Tim Burton or Stephen King. The only two people I will give them to write me that movie.
That needs to be dark.
Right.
Like
Batman
really.
Laughs, it's a fucking horror movie, right?
It should be.
Yeah.
It's a horror. It's
should
almost
be.
a horror comic book. It's really dark.
Yeah.
Horror
It is.
movie.
All right, go ahead, Charles. No, wait. I fucking cut off Charles. Charles, give me the good news, man. I want to hear good news. I heard shit from so far. I want to hear the positive side.
No, but there could be. I mean, listen, there could be a light at the end of the tunnel finally for DC, and the fact that we could finally, in the next 2 to 3 years, start to have some level of like, hey, we actually want to go see these movies because it's leading to something. Because he's worked with Marvel, so he understands about connecting universes. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's the side that I'm hoping for, because I don't want DC to fall, because if they do after this, I don't see them coming back after this.
By the way, you know how many fans they lost because of this shit?
I know they did.
By the way, by the time James Gunn's plan really starts to come to fruition, Marvel will be on Secret Wars. Come on, man. It's chess and checkers,
Listen,
brother. What are we
he's
talking
never
about?
going to catch up with Marvel.
What are we talking about?
He's never going to catch up.
Think about it. By the time this plan starts to take place, we will be on Secret fucking Wars. Are you kidding me? Come on, bro. He just doesn't stand a chance.
Secret Wars is going on.
No, we're not ever.
The only way at this point that they could even remotely compete is fucking Justice League versus the Legion of Doom, and now you have to introduce all of these characters. You got to get people to love them, and then create a
you got 4 years, Chase. 4 years.
4 years to do it.
4 years to do this shit.
The only way you're gonna remotely compete, bro. It's the only way.
Well, that's
right, Torrin. Torrin. That's my point. James Gunn has 4 years, and we'll be 2 years in at that point. By the time, so we'll be mid reboot if he's got 4 years. So at that point, he'll be mid reboot, and Marvel will be on Secret Wars, introducing the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom probably. So good luck, James Gunn. You have to climb a 90 fucking degree mountain to get any traction.
Like Rocky IV.
And losing fans.
Like, come on, man. Like,
you just put you on that 90-degree mountain, and you got a fucking boulder that's coming the other way.
And listen, all in the game, I get it. This might not be like, I'm just using that as a comparison, but obviously James Gunn should only care about what DC has to do. But my point is, he's already lost a lot of people over this reboot. So to this point, at some point they have to start making money at DC. And if you keep on doing the same shit over and over again, how is he going to be successful unless these are blockbusters after blockbuster after blockbuster that comes out? And not for nothing, listen, James Gunn's track record, I don't exactly trust it. He's made some really good movies, and he's made some shit movies. And
he got one fucking good movie. One.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's it.
Right?
He lost money. He lost
fair.
Money on Suicide Squad.
Guardians 2 was meh to me.
Guardians 2 was meh.
It was okay. It was meh to me. Meh. That's fair.
So, where you at? I
mean, that's my thing. Is to put all your eggs in this basket to me is so risky for DC. Honestly, because I don't know.
The
man.
only thing that's gonna save James Gunn right now is this new fucking Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah, but then what happens if you make a blockbuster Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and then you go on to DC and your shit sucks? How does that work? How does that fucking work out?
Yeah, brother.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, you're gonna try.
Dude, that's a fucking mountain, bro. Dude,
Listen.
that's a fucking mountain. That's not even a 90-degree. That's just straight up. That's a 6 o'clock.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. It's literally a vertical fucking climb.
But at this point,
that's my point.
But here's the thing. At this point, it's not about beating Marvel because you can't.
No.
The point is to start making movies that are at least
in the green,
compatible with the worst Marvel movie out there, so that you got traction. You're not going to, at this point, Marvel's so far ahead, like they're almost at the finish line, and you're still trying to turn your car on. So but you got to keep the car moving. But
also let's look at DC. The fact that DC, where Marvel has to make sure that they hit all points with their characters, because not a lot of people knew who She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, all these characters is, as opposed to DC. Everybody grew up with those characters through the Super Friends, the Justice League cartoons, and everything. So they have home court advantage as far as people are very familiar with their characters, where Marvel has to make sure that people not only they introduce these characters. Think about when they did their first phase. Nobody knew who the heck Captain America was, Thor was. It took us time to love these characters. By the second or third time we seen them, you know what I mean? Not the first time, because when we all saw the first Thor movie for outside of comic heads, we was like, oh, it was a cool movie. The first Captain America, but it's not until we saw them again. We saw them in Avengers, and then we saw them again after, and then we saw them again after that we started to really. You know what I mean?
Man. That's that connectivity.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So I'm just looking at it as DC doesn't necessarily have to do that. We all know who Superman, we know his story, we know Batman, we know his story, Wonder Woman, we know Green Lantern, we know Flash, we know all their characters.
But he's doing but he's starting back off at Clark Kent, Charles. Clark fucking Kent. We're getting this fucking.
That's the point,
man.
But we don't. We still.
I think Charles. I think to Leo's point, we're tired, bro.
I get it.
Listen,
I get it, bro. I get it.
Listen, Charles and I have the same conversation about DC, and I say the same thing over and over again. I'm tired of seeing these fucking reboots. But honestly, if I'm saying, listen, I understand why James Gunn is going back to the beginning, it's saying something, because I don't want to re-see this shit either. But if you're going to completely clear the board and start over fresh, then you got to go back.
Make it dope.
But make it dope. I don't expect for it to go back to Clark Kent and just stay there. It's not going to be.
It'll probably be right.
It's not going to be the Superman from the 80s. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna happen. It's gonna move quickly, and it's gonna jump. Because at this point, that's what they have to do. They can't afford to stay in that little muddle where nobody knows who Superman is, and he's here 1 minute and then he's gone. And now he's in the Superman. They can't afford this.
If they do that again, Chase,
they're done. They're done.
They fucking.
I want to give my condolences in advance for whoever has to put the cape on after Henry Cavill, because that poor soul, that's like being Michael Jordan's son and strapping up to go play basketball and trying to become a fucking 6-time champion. Good luck. Good luck.
That's true.
I'm not saying Henry Cavill was the end all be all, but goddamn, man, he was a good fucking Superman.
How long did it take to replace that suit when
That's my point.
What's the first Superman?
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeves. How long did it take for Christopher Reeves to somebody else to don that Superman suit?
Well, Dean Cain.
Right.
Yeah, Dean Cain, but that was a
Dean
short
Cain, Lois, and then Smallville came, right?
Yeah.
And Smallville.
I mean,
but those are
which
shows.
He was Superman,
I'm talking about movie.
Movie wise.
Oh, movie wise, I mean,
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. No, Superman Returns. Superman
Returns. Yeah, and that's Henry Cavill.
I just don't. I just don't know. I don't know who. Looking at these characters, especially after coming fresh off this goddamn movie, I don't know who you replace them with. To be honest with you, a lot of them, I really don't. I really think Henry Cavill was a good Superman. I could see the switch from Jason Momoa being Lobo. That I could see a thing. I can see him going from Aquaman to Lobo, right? That makes sense because I thought he was an okay Aquaman. I thought the movie was good. But also Gal Gadot. I think getting another Wonder Woman, not that she was the end all be all either, but I think she did a pretty good job. So having to step into those shoes is tough.
That
Wonder Woman shoe is very fucking tough. Very
tough.
It's tough, bro.
It's very tough.
And Charles, one of these movies is bad. You know what that actor or actress is gonna have to hear? I just feel bad for them already. They're not even cast yet. I feel bad.
Still here. You know, fucking Ryan Reynolds is still hearing shit for Green Lantern.
Of course he is.
That almost took out his carear. Green Lantern. It almost sunk his career.
It's tough, man. I mean,
and
I don't know. Do we have
that whole Jason Momoa moving from Aquaman to Lobo to me is just fucking weird.
It's weird. It's
weird, bro. Like how do you pull out of a major? First of all, you're pulling out of a major character to go, basically from an A character to a B minus character in my personal.
But Lobo's his favorite character.
Lobo's dope, but Lobo's not a major character. So
Lobo's his favorite character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's his
Lobo's a wild card character.
Yeah, he is a wild card.
He probably likes that.
I feel like Jason Momoa would get to show more of his personality playing Lobo than he does get to.
Yes,
it still looks like a step down. It just does.
But the thing is, who are you going to get to replace these people?
It's somebody else.
Listen, it sounds like James Gunn's job. Good luck. Enjoy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
When he announces the first Superman, oh my God.
Oh, forget it. And I know, listen, we're pushing time here. I just want to mention one quick. Did anybody have anything else, last things to say about DCU before we wrap up the conversation?
I fucking don't know.
Because I have one more piece of news that we missed, and because it reminded me because I said Jason Momoa. God of War is set. It's a go at Amazon. They're gonna do a live adaptation of God of War, and God damn it, Jason Momoa as Kratos. I'm in.
I did hear that.
I'm in.
I did hear that. His head?
Put a ball cap on him. I don't care, and put paint on it. I'm in. Yeah. Man, I don't care. There's so many, bro. Like so many people came to mind right away. Obviously, Chris Judge, who plays him in the game, comes to mind. Yeah. He's a little bit older at this point. Jason Momoa came to mind. Also, low key, y'all are gonna be like, I'm crazy for this, but Wakanda Forever. Winston Duke, change it up a little bit. Winston Duke playing Kratos.
I can see that.
Got the size profile. If you're gonna play Kratos, you got to be a big.
Yeah,
you gotta be big.
Yeah. Big up top. Big up top.
Yeah, you gotta be big, fam. You gotta be. No, I'm talking like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5".
I can see that.
The only way I see Winston Duke playing that is if Black Panther is at least 4 years away.
It's years.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be
years out. Next Black Panther is it's gonna be definitely years out.
Gotta be. We haven't even heard anything about it. A Black Panther.
Yeah. No. Well, Black Panther 2 still running. So
that's what I'm saying. So but I doubt it.
Like this is the 6th week. It's still fucking leading the box office. So until there's something that dethrones it, and it starts to make no money, because I mean, something can dethrone it. I think they made 11 million. Somebody can dethrone it by making 12 million, and it still be making $10 million a week. Like,
well, I think where I was going with this, not so much actors or whatever, but I'm amped because God of War is going to be on Amazon, the same people who put out The Boys, which leads me to think gratuitous violence and axes and chains and people getting sliced in half type shit. So I'm in.
The thing is, are we going to wait after the first season? We're going to wait 3 years for the next fucking season?
I mean, the boys has been coming out pretty regularly though. What, every 2 years?
But what about Invincible?
Every year and a half? Yeah, but Invincibles, that's animation, and that's all. A lot of that's due to the pandemic, bro.
You're sitting at home. You're a fucking computer nerd. You can fucking digitalize this shit.
But how many people had issues getting animated shit out? Honestly, and it not being they didn't have the resources they needed. Mm-hmm. That's what I think happened with Invincible, honestly. But The Boys has been coming out regularly. And if God of War is going to be live action, because it's going to be live action because it's based off video games, so you can't make it animated because it's already animated in the game. Mm-hmm. Has to be live action. If you could do a God of War and it came out like Game of Thrones ish style, Oh, like that type. Oh, stop it.
They do put the Amazon is with their shows.
Ooh.
They haven't missed.
But
they haven't missed.
Dave Bautista as Kratos. I can see that.
Batista's already. He doesn't want to play. That's why they have the fucking suits of Guardians of the Galaxy, because he doesn't want to work out anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
Put The Rock as the fucking Kratos. There you go.
Nah.
Let's see if he wants to get painted white.
Nah. And this again goes back to, I think that it's just we're used to a certain pool of actors. It's just time for some young people. It's time for some new actors, some new faces that that can fill these roles.
Yeah, we need some new
faces.
All right, grab anybody that played in that Viking show on fucking what's his face? Any one of those giant fucking galactic awesome beard having guys that throw axes all the fucking time. Grab any one of those fuckers.
Yo, I love this. Imagine the God of War series is amazing and the actor gets into some social cancel shit. Listen, at this point, if they don't socially cancel you, you're not fucking popular.
You're not popular.
You're not popular. They gotta cancel.
I'm trying to get canceled every week. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. All right, guys, it's been an hour and 45. We appreciate you kicking it with us on a Thursday. Be on the lookout. We will have a trailer review for, we didn't even mention it tonight, the Across the Spider-Verse coming out soon.
Yeah.
Please be on the lookout, probably in the next couple of days.
Check that trailer review. Also, we have a big giveaway happening. So listen, we need everybody to make sure that they're tuning in over the next 2 weeks. Check out all the social media. There's going to be a lot of details. We are going to be giving away some comic books. We have some signed comic books from a friend of ours by the name of Nate Melendez, and we are going to be giving away for free. We are going to have details on the site, on the social media. You will know how to get it. Make sure that you're tuned in. It's the only way you can win.
Yep.
And we've got some great books that are going to be given away. Plus, I'm going to be stealing comic books from all the friends in the room to give away to people. And so make sure that you're tuned in and check it out.
Yeah. Oh,
and don't forget to. Charles.
No. I'm just. It's just a great show, guys, and definitely it was.
Yes. To check us out everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. Your mama's house. Just kidding. I said that last time. I'm trying to get canceled. You can catch us anywhere that you watch or listen to your favorite content. Please drop us some comments. Let us know what you think about all this. Henry Cavill's out, y'all. What do you think? Let us know in the comments, please. And we will catch y'all next week before Christmas. Peace. As I lost the thing. Okay, there we go.